Hello, everybody. I just realized something. I have totally done so many blogs, but I've never formally introduced myself to you. So I want to take a minute to do a video and a blog about myself, so you can kind of get to know me. We might have some things in common, which I would love to hear from you about that. But anyways, my name is April Miller, and I was raised by Tom and Patty, where I was born in Richland, Washington, which is in the southeastern part of Washington State. I also have a younger brother named Robert, who is now married and expecting his first child, so I get to be an aunt for the first time. I'm so excited. And we say he's 4 years younger than I, but our birthdays are just 3 days apart. So he's technically 3 years and 362 days younger than I. I grew up in a comfortable middle-class family. We went, on your typical family vacations to the Oregon coast. My brother and I were involved in a variety of sports and activities. I was an honor roll student all the way through high school. After high school, I went to Richland High School. And you might have heard of us. We kind of have a controversial, the mascot of the mushroom cloud. And I actually did a report on that in English class, my junior and senior year on that, to discover why it's so controversial and what it actually means. And the mushroom cloud is not what you think it might mean. It wasn't chosen for destruction or to hurt people. Anyways, it's a whole different story, which I can share at a different time. But anyways, after high school, I wanted to go straight to a 4-year university. I did not want to stick around here locally to go to a community college. So instead, I went to college at Eastern Washington University for 4.5 years. And Eastern Washington University is in Cheney, Washington, which is on the northeastern side of Washington, not far from Spokane. And I received my teaching certificate there after completing student teaching back home here in the Tri-Cities. But then I returned to the Spokane-Cheney area, namely Spokane, and I ended up living in Spokane for 13 years, so I do call that place my second home. I struggled a lot to live there. I had minimum wage jobs, really spotty substitute teaching, so it wasn't all day every day. And I even worked as a receptionist at a weight loss company. And I decided I needed to move out of state. So the dreary days and the really snowy winters just really got me into seasonal depression. And so then I was hired in Arizona to teach. Lots of sunshine, lots of heat, and I moved that summer. I stayed down there for about 4 years, and the teaching job, started out pretty decent. But after year, we started losing money. And I had decided that enough was enough. When I finally left after 4 years, I was bringing home only $1,800 a month, so that was what I got after taxes. I had also had a baby, and I was raising her on my own with no child support. And I was miserable not just because of finances, but because I no longer looked like I did before I had her. Now I had low self-esteem, and I was overweight. And I did not lose all the weight like so many moms promised that I would after giving birth. In fact, I even breastfed her for months, and I never lost all the weight like people said I would. I was very miserable. I worked enough in the summer to save, and I decided to move the hell back up to Washington. And when I got here, I still needed a job, so I was actually considered homeless for about 5 months because I wasn't renting. I didn't buy a house. So I was finally hired on to teach in that November. So this is from July, August, September, October, November. So 5 months after being homeless, I was hired on to teach. And I got my own place with my daughter. The teaching position only lasted until June. So I was once again in a panic at that time to find another job. A few days before school started in August, I was hired on in Pasco as a first grade teacher. And I've been there for 5 years. So where I'm at is the Tri-Cities. So I was born in Richland, and there's also 2 other towns called Kennewick and Pasco that are close by. So we call us the Tri-Cities. In February of 2016, so when I made this video, it was about a year ago, I was homesick from work and I woke up to an infomercial on some kind of eating style. And it captured my eye for some reason, so I watched it, but I had lots of criticism. Being involved with another weight loss company years ago, I felt that I had enough background knowledge to look really carefully at anything out there to decide if it was truly healthy or not. So I had that background knowledge and experience. I tried to find a lot of fault with that infomercial, but I just couldn't. The whole program just made sense. It was practical. It wasn't going to be starving yourself. So I signed up, and I ended up dropping 18 pounds and 15 inches in 21 days. And most importantly, I got my self-esteem back, and I felt better and looked better in my clothes. So that was the beginning. A few months later, I signed up to be a coach, to share and help others, because I was so excited that this worked. And I was over the age of 40, and it worked. Why wouldn't I want to share it with others? Why wouldn't I want to help others? So I knew that this coaching would fulfill my purpose in life of helping others, because that is what I like to do. This past September, I reconnected with someone I went to junior high and high school with. So this was September of 2016. And we have been together ever since. And Danny proposed to me this past March, and we will be married in August of this year. And I will then be a stepmom to 2 girls and 1 boy. And I don't like to say this. I hate the word, but it's fact. I will be a grandmother of 2 boys. I am still coaching, and I'm still helping others on their journey. I've stuck to exercise and clean eating for over a year, and I'm still working on my goals. So that's a little bit about myself. I hope that you found some connections with that. I'd love to hear about your connections. And thank you for following me on my journey. And I want to say hello to my lifers out there. I will chat with you later. Bye.